Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Coulee City man charged with child sexual abuse has now had his chiropractic license suspended. The U.S. Forest Service must examine whether to close grazing allotments for domestic sheep in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest to protect wild bighorn sheep. Our temperatures will warm back up into the low 80s over the next 2 days before much cooler air moves in by Father's Day. A Utah woman and 2 children were hospitalized yesterday after a single vehicle crash on Highway 97. The southbound rollover wreck happened at 4:48 p.m. in Kittitas County, 4 miles south of the Blewett Pass summit. 42-year-old driver Crystal M. Turner of Salt Lake City was taken to Central Washington Hospital for her injuries, along with a 6-year-old boy who was also in the car. Another 10-year-old female passenger was airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. The Washington State Patrol says the cause of the rollover is under investigation, but it appears drugs or alcohol were involved. Highway 97 was closed or reduced to a single lane for several hours. Police in Moses Lake say a suspected gunman first drove away, then ran, and then swam after firing gunshots during an altercation on Monday. Authorities say 30-year-old Byron Guy Combs was in a domestic dispute with a woman in the 800 block of Loop Drive when a contractor crew working nearby tried to intervene. Combs allegedly pulled a gun and threatened the workers, but another member of the group who was behind the wheel of a pickup used his truck to ram Combs's vehicle. Combs allegedly fired 7 shots at the vehicle before driving away. When his car broke down on Ridge Road, police say Combs fled on foot through the Knowles Vista neighborhood and ran to North Shore Drive, where he attempted to swim Moses Lake to avoid capture. He surrendered when police boats closed in on him at the fountain near Alder Street. Authorities say the firearm used in the incident has not been found. Grant County prosecutors filed charges against Combs on Tuesday, including attempted murder. He's previously served prison time for a 2012 robbery and kidnapping. A Coulee City man charged with child sexual abuse has now had his chiropractic license suspended. Grant County Sheriff's deputies arrested 52-year-old Tyrone Thomas Trexler back in March on 2 charges of first-degree child rape, saying a 6-year-old girl had disclosed instances of abuse at Trexler's previous home in the Moses Lake area. Trexler owned chiropractic clinics in the towns of Wilbur and Coulee City. On Tuesday, the Washington Department of Health announced it had suspended Trexler's license to practice until the charges are resolved. He faces trial in late summer in Grant County Superior Court. Fire agencies in North Chelan County were able to control a Tuesday brush fire near Wells Dam in just under 3 hours. The Aswell fire was reported at 1:27 p.m., burning on both sides of Highway 97 just north of the dam, about a mile south of the Chelan and Okanagan County line. The fire reached about 20 acres in size, burning uphill in steep terrain, but responders were able to encircle the blaze and start mop-up by 4:20 p.m. Highway 97 was closed near Apple Acres Road to make way for fire traffic. When we come back, the U.S. Forest Service must examine whether to close grazing allotments for domestic sheep in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest to protect wild bighorn sheep. The recovery of gray wolves in eastern Washington has been so successful, now the state of Colorado may ask to borrow a few. And Wenatchee Valley Mall will be hosting their first ever food truck festival this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held June 24th, 2023. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan 2023, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Did you know people 65 or older make up 12% of the U.S. population but consume 34% of all prescription drugs? Protect yourself and your aged loved ones from prescription errors. Always read labels carefully to avoid mistakes. Ask your pharmacist if over-the-counter medicines conflict with your prescriptions, and never skip doses or take more than is prescribed. This message sponsored by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington. Call 1-800-572-4459 for prescription assistance.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
The U.S. Forest Service must examine whether to close grazing allotments for domestic sheep in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. That's the upshot of a settlement reached with wildlife conservation groups who sued the agency in federal court to protect wild bighorn sheep. Bacterial pneumonia that spreads from domestic herds has sickened wild herds like the Quillamene, which ranges from Malaga to Ellensburg. The plaintiffs argued the Forest Service continued to authorize domestic sheep grazing on allotments near bighorn herds despite knowing of the threat as far back as 2010. To settle the case, the agency agreed to complete a long overdue environmental review, which could help decide whether to end that practice. The recovery of gray wolves in eastern Washington has been so successful, now the state of Colorado may ask to borrow a few. Colorado approved wolf reintroduction in a voter referendum 3 years ago. In mid-May, the state's chief of Parks and Wildlife wrote to Washington's Fish and Wildlife Director Kelly Suswind asking to explore the possibility of donating wolves to establish a population in Colorado. Washington has wolves to spare, with more than 200 animals and 37 known packs now ranging east of the Cascades. The State Fish and Wildlife Commission is set to discuss the Colorado request at its meeting June 22nd in Seattle. Wenatchee Valley Mall will be hosting their first ever food truck festival this weekend. The 3-day event kicks off on Friday and will be held in the mall's west parking lot in between Sportsman's Warehouse and Olive Garden. There will be 8 total vendors, although not every truck will be there all weekend. Bavarian Kettle Corn, Donner House, and Naughty Delights are slated for all 3 days, while Our Shack Barbecue, the high-end Mammy Health Zone, and Cheech and Chongas are reserved for Friday and Saturday. Mama Tina's Pizza is also set to be at the event, but not on Friday and Saturday. The Food Truck Festival kicks off at 1 p.m. all weekend and will run until 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, those hours are 6 p.m. as well as Sunday, or until vendors have sold out. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, the Upper Wenatchee Valley is a highway for all kinds of wildlife, and the kids at Beaver Valley Elementary and Plain prove that every year with a trail cam. Our temperatures will warm into the 80s tomorrow and Friday before we see much cooler weather by Father's Day. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
This is it. The RV sales event of the year is happening now at the Town Toyota Center during the Summer Getaway Sales Event. Choose from the best brands: Grand Design, Flagstaff, Thor, SMC Trailers, and more. Over 600 RVs to choose from. Payments just $239 per month and $2,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Plus, get a Yeti cooler and Traeger grill with your purchase. Don't let these summer deals get away. 5 days only, June 16th through the 20th. The hottest deals at the Summer Getaway Event. Now at the Town Toyota Center, just off Walla Walla Avenue. Hurry in today.
Hi everybody, Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. We're switching from the cold of winter to the heat of summer. That can put a lot of stress in your HVAC unit.
Yeah, it really can, Dan. I would recommend that you get a maintenance. It can catch any potential problems that you might have during the peak of summer. And it's just a good idea to do on all season changes.
Great idea, good advice. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
The Upper Wenatchee Valley is a highway for all kinds of wildlife, and the kids at Beaver Valley Elementary in Plain prove that every year. Students at the small school set up and maintain a system of trail cameras and finish each school year by turning the footage into a complete highlight reel. In tonight's feature story, from black bears to gray wolves, here's some of the critters those cameras captured in 2022 and from this year. Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Wednesday was a good one. Boy, awfully windy out there once again today. And speaking of wind, yesterday we had sustained winds of 41 miles an hour in the Wenatchee area with gusts to 51. I know I had a broken tree limb in my front yard, as many of you did, all over the Wenatchee Valley. Today, windy, not that windy, but we did see some. But boy, as you look up north in Okanagan County, camera's pretty still up that way. It's our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera, and there is Pateros, back there is Brewster, and a few clouds up north as well. But all in all, we saw partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies today. All right, let's check out your Father's Day weekend. For Friday, we will see better weather conditions. That's actually going to start for us tomorrow. We're going to see highs on Friday between 75 and 85. Saturday, a few more clouds. We will cool down a little bit into the mid-70s, and we're talking breezy conditions for Saturday. And then by Father's Day on Sunday, much, much cooler. We could see some mountain showers around, maybe a breeze or two. And look at those high temperatures, only between 60 and 70 degrees. So we are in for a big, big cool down after we warm up the next couple of days. We'll get up to all that in a second. 73, our unofficial high temperature today. And for the first time in a long time, we were below normal for our high temperature. 77 is normal. 97, our record high, and that was set back in 1974. Right on the money as far as low temperatures go. 55 overnight, and that's normal. 46, our record low, set back in 2016. Sunrise 5:03 this morning and sets tonight at 8:59. All right, let's take a look and check those Thursday temperatures for you. Going to see a pretty good warm up throughout our viewing area tomorrow. Lower 80s, 82s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and over in Quincy. And as usual, a little bit cooler back west. Wenatchee at 81, Eni at 80. Omak will be nice and warm at 82, and even Lake Wenatchee tomorrow. Beautiful with a high temperature of 76. Tonight, we can expect mostly clear skies. It will still be a little bit breezy right here in central Washington. Low temperatures about like normal, again in the mid-50s, right where we should be for this time of year. Getting you into Thursday now, sunshine in the forecast. Boy, all over the West Coast. It will be quite a bit warmer too, with highs generally in the low 80s around our area. So a beautiful Thursday on tap. Friday, going to be even warmer, mostly sunny skies. There's that area of high pressure as it continues to nose into the Pacific Northwest. That's going to bump our temperatures into the mid-80s on Friday. For Saturday, though, sunny skies. We will see an area of low pressure begin to move down into British Columbia. That'll kick our winds up Saturday. It'll cool us off a little, too. High temperatures down into the mid-70s, about where they should be for this time of year. And then for Father's Day, things really begin to change. Much cooler. You can see that northerly flow of air. Also, shower activity in western Washington. That should stay away for us on Father's Day, but it's going to be cool. Mid to upper 60s for highs. And then on Monday, yeah, it looks like rain showers will move across the Cascades into eastern Washington. We have about a 30% chance of the wet stuff on Monday. Going to stay a little cool, too, with high temperatures in those upper 60s. Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. Same scenario. Strong northwesterly flow. Area of low pressure moving across Canada. Widespread scattered showers on Tuesday with high temperatures then right around that 70-degree mark. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 54 overnight tonight. Beautiful next couple of days. Thursday and Friday, 81 Thursday, 84 your high temperature on Friday. Before we begin to cool down on Saturday, watch out for some breezy conditions Saturday, 76. And then for Father's Day on Sunday, much cooler, partly cloudy and 67. We'll stay cool with some showers on Monday and Tuesday. High temperatures in the upper 60s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Way swung on a fly ball. Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us Friday, June 16th as the Apple Sox host the Kelowna Falcons. Coverage brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Merry Maids, Mini Blinds and more. Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. Your television home for Apple Sox baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
The Mariners have turned to the long ball to pick up 2 straight wins, launching another 3 homers in last night's 9-3 win over Miami. Mike Ford went deep twice, while Cal Raleigh broke an 0-for-25 streak with a home run as Seattle secured a series win over the Marlins. George Kirby carried a no-hitter into the 5th and struck out 10 for the win on the mound.
Got to see him get going. And speaking of get going, how about Cal Raleigh? It has been a major scuffle lately.
To right field.
Right on time. I mean, you no sooner put a period at the end of that sentence, and there it goes. Power the stash, power the goatee. How about Cal? That breaks an 0-for-21 over his last 6 games. Mike with a home run on Sunday in Anaheim, and a homer Friday in Anaheim as well. Count for him here, 2-1. High fly ball, deep right center field. Looking up. There it goes. Mike Ford with his 3rd home run in the last few days. It's a 2-run shot, and the Mariners have a 5-0 lead here on Miami in the 4th inning here at T-Mobile Park.
Well, Kirby has been about as good as ever tonight. He has touched 99 miles an hour a couple of times. Been very fastball heavy like usual. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chasing a fastball off the plate. Congratulations, George Kirby, career strikeout number 200 in his young big league career, and plenty more where that came from.
It just keeps on rolling. 13 up, 13 down.
Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Here comes Hansen around 3rd. RBI single for Jorge Soler, and the Marlins are on the board. It's 5-1.
Bloop job that works. Sets up very nicely for Mr. Caballero.
Ground ball, and it's a fair ball. This will do some damage. Gino's coming home. Cal Raleigh lumbers. Speaking of lumbering, here comes Mike Ford. Stomping to the plate. It's a bases clearing triple for Jose Caballero, and he has blown it open in the 6th inning.
First big league triple, nicely done by Caballero, clearing the bases.
Cooper fly ball right field. This one's got a chance, and it is going to go. A 2-run homer for Garrett Cooper. And it's 8-3 here in the 8th.
Little 0-2 fastball up and away.
Mike Ford, 3 home runs last 5 days. JT Sergual, here's a drive deep to right. Ford has a better idea tonight, huh? 9-3 Mariners. Mike Ford, 2nd home run tonight. Wow! Mike Ford has got the stroke working.
It's just his 2nd career multi-homer game. They've both come in this ballpark. One as a member of the Yankees back in 2019. Mariners have dropped him down to 384 now. Here's a ground ball, a little flip on the first, and a double play puts a bow on a really nice Mariners win.
500 mark with the win, and we'll go for the sweep tonight at 6:40. That game broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Well, checking the Les Schwab American League West scoreboard, Hunter Renfroe's 2-run homer in the top of the 6th gave Los Angeles the lead, and Zach Neto's solo shot in the 9th added some insurance as the Angels beat the Rangers 7-3. LA has won 8 of its last 9 games. Houston launched 4 home runs out of Minute Maid Park in a 6-1 win over the Nationals. Rookie pitcher Hunter Brown improved to 6-3, going 7 innings of 4-hit shutout ball. Oakland may have the worst record in baseball, but they're playing the best baseball in the major leagues right now. The Athletics won their 7th straight with the 2-1 come-from-behind victory over Tampa Bay last night. A's also had their largest home crowd of the season as fans protested Oakland's move to Las Vegas with a sit-in Tuesday. Official attendance, 27,750. The Wenatchee Apple Sox won for the 4th straight time Tuesday, knocking off Springfield 4-2. It was a Lower Columbia connection that keyed Wenatchee's come-from-behind win, as Easton Amundsen did it at the plate, while teammate Jaden Williamson did it on the mound. We get more from the voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox opened up their series against the Springfield Drifters with a 4-2 victory on Tuesday night at the Hamlin Sports Complex. Brandon Ponce hit a 2-run homer, and Easton Amundsen extended his hitting streak to 7 games with a go-ahead RBI triple in the 8th inning. He would also score shortly after that to help the Apple Sox get a 4-2 win. Quincy Vassar went 5 innings on the bump. He only allowed 2 runs, but then Jaden Williamson went the final 4 innings and got the job done for Wenatchee, going 4 scoreless and sealing up the series opening victory. Wenatchee improves to 8-2 on the season and sits 1 game out of first place in the North Division. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
It was the first home run of the season for Ponce and first triple for Amundsen. Game 2 of that 3-game set tonight at 6:35. You can hear it locally with Joel Norman on the call on Sunny FM Radio. Well, Wenatchee's continues to trail Bellingham in the West Coast League's North Division after the Bells knocked off Kelowna 9-1 last night. Ty Saunders led the way offensively, going 2 for 3 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. Jack Erdman and 3 relievers combine on a 3-hitter. A.J. Singer was 3 for 5 with a run and an RBI to lead Cowlitz over Walla Walla 10-0. A bases-loaded fielding error in right field allowed 3 runs to score in a 4-run 5th inning for Nanaimo as the Night Owls beat Yakima Valley 9-7. Ethan Rivera had a 3-hit night for Nanaimo with 2 runs and 2 RBI. Marco Pirocello's RBI single in the top of the 10th was the game winner for Victoria in a 4-3 win at Port Angeles. Jacob Portanak's RBI single in the bottom of the 7th broke a 1-1 tie, and Edmonton went on for a 4-1 win over Kamloops. Halen Knoll struck out 8 over 8 innings for the win. Cameron Dayton was 2 for 4 and drove in 3 runs for Portland as the Pickles popped Ridgefield 11-1. Well, Jake Hoskins' RBI double in the bottom of the 9th gave Bend a 4-3 walk-off win over Northwest Star Academy in non-league baseball. Here's a look at the latest standings in the West Coast League's North Division. Bells atop the standings at 9-1, a game in front of 8-2. Wenatchee Victoria lurks a half game behind. The Apple Sox at 8-3. Kelowna is 3 games back at 6-4. For the South, Springfield and Portland lead the South Division at 7-3. Corvallis in an unusual position, not in first place at 6-3. There's a group of teams with 4 wins on the season and within 3 games of first place. Well, after 34 years coaching hockey, Wenatchee Wild Associate head coach Tom Rudbrud is retiring. Rudbrud spent 7 of his 34 years coaching with the Wenatchee Wild in 2 different stints. His coaching career began after his collegiate playing days came to an end in 1986 in Minnesota. He continued in Chicago. He teamed up with Bliss Littler in 2001 in the USHL's Topeka Scarecrows and the Tri-City Storm. Rudbrud was on the staff with the Wild when they played for the NAHL's Robertson Cup in 2013, through Wenatchee's shift to the BCHL and a Ron Ballou Memorial Trophy in 2017, the league's regular season title. With Wild general manager Bliss Littler says, quote, Tom will be missed for sure. Not only being one of the top teachers in junior hockey for over 2 decades, Tom is an even better person. Littler went on to say, quote, Tom made every organization he worked for better by the type of person he is, end quote. Best of luck in retirement, Tom Rudbrud. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, it is back, the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival, and I'm talking to this guy who brings in the acts, Chuck Egner.
We're going to have a big time here. It's 2023 in Wenatchee, actually Cashmere, but we'll call it Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival. We've got great acts. It starts Friday at 4:15 in the afternoon. Come on down. It's going to be a big old time.
The handsome and debonair Chuck Egner on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happen, we would like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@NCWLIFE.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
I'm Jenny Rojanowski, host of Network TV, and I'm looking for you, our next guest, to come on air live at the NCWLIFE studios. We would love to feature your business, organization, or nonprofit and share about the work or innovation happening inside of your organization. It's super easy to come on air. You just need to send us an email. info@ncwtech.org. That's info@ncwtech.org.